welcome to Starting Up, the show that all of India comes home to for the most exciting developments in the country's startup ecosystem. We've got an action-packed show for you today. Let's take a look then at what's coming your way. On the show today, farmers finally have value for their produce. It's Shop for Change on Showcase. On Mentor Mantra, it's Anup Tapadia's last week on the show and he takes us down memory lane. And finally, fed up with dealing with your real estate broker, Flats on Rent is a solution on elevator pitch. Now think about it, you're spoiled for choice when it comes to clothes at malls like these. But who's thinking about the cotton farmer and whether or not he's getting a fair price for his produce? Well, a startup has dedicated itself to just that cause. Dhvani Desai caught up with Shop for Change on our showcase.
Every cup of coffee you drink has an untold history. Where was it grown? How long did it take? The sweat, the toil, the farmer who never got a fair share. Shop for Change, a not-for-profit organization, is trying to reach out to farmers and help them connect to the market to ensure they get a fair deal. Their first focus, organic cotton plantations.
Sometimes farmers are able to sell to the mandi, but oftentimes when the farmer is quite far away, he'll sell to the guy who drives up in a lorry, who happens to have the lorry and says, here's the price I'm willing to give, take it or leave it.
Seth Petchers, the founding CEO, has worked in the fair trade space for the past 10 years across both the US and the UK. He's now looking at bringing the same benefit to Indian farmers. What Shop for Change does is tie up with NGO farmer organizations, develops standards for them, undertakes audits and finally certifies them.
So what it means is we work with the entire chain. We work, of course, with the farmers and the farmer organization. The farmer organization typically sells to a manufacturer who spins the yarns and weaves the fabric. So we work with that organization. That organization gets an audit as well. That manufacturer then would sell the fabric or the finished product onto the brand who then markets it. So by monitoring that entire chain, we're able to ensure that when the consumer sees the Shop for Change mark, they know the farmer's getting a fair deal.
Some of these include fair treatment to laborers, transparency in transactions, on-time payment, and providing farmers with training to improve production and reduce costs.
And Shop for Change being an Indian initiative, it looked for domestic markets while we have always we were dependent on international markets.
Today they have tied up with 5,300 farmers across Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat and Orissa. To help these farmers further and to complete this cycle, Shop for Change has also tied up with stores and chains like Mother Earth, stores which are willing to pay a license fee of as much as 1.5 lakh rupees to carry the Shop for Change logo. This accounts for the largest component of Shop for Change's revenues. Apart from Mother Earth, it's also tied up with a fashion chain which purchases yarn through Shop for Change, weaves it into cloth and uses it for nearly 5 to 10% of its production.
When we buy fair trade organic cotton, it is about 15 to 20% higher, the yarn, compared to conventional cotton. Because there's so much that goes into making sure that it's organic. And that's something that I think as a designer, it's an initiative I have decided to take, that yes, I'm willing to pay more, but it is a movement I have to support in my own little way.
Seth, along with his team of 4, has spent considerable time on awareness programs like concerts and advertisements. With over 5,000 farmers under his fold, the results have been extremely impressive. For the global changeapreneur, it's just the beginning.
I think what took Europe 20 years, what took the US 10 years, I think in 5 years we'll be able to accomplish here, if not more.
From handicrafts to natural fiber to coffee beans, they'll all now be available with the tag Shop for Change. Enough reason for me to sit back and enjoy my cuppa. And every sip I take may well result in a smile on a farmer's face.
Well, if you want to find out about Shop for Change, all you need to do is log on to their website. And in fact, all that shop talk, well, it's got me rather curious about all this crockery that's lying around. I'm going to check it out. You take a break, but do come back.